Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Sally Pinto and I'm from the Yonkers Newark neighborhood naturally occurring retirement community. We launched back in January of 2020 and we're here to serve seniors 60 plus in Northeast Yonkers. We have lots of fun programs and activities, and we also have a lot of resources for you as well. Our programs include meditation chair yoga, body mind fitness, bingo, and any other programs that you might be interested, like arts and gardening. We have our resource specialist, Alexa Smith, who can help you with finding services and activities out there for you, as well as our nurse, Barbara Simone, who can help answer your health-related questions. We're here for you, we're here for our community, and we look forward to seeing you in our programs. Enjoy.
Hello, everybody. I'm Alexa Smith, the resource specialist with the Yonkers Newark. I'm here to help with application assistance, referrals for home delivered meals, and transportation services will be coming soon. We also offer Zoom activities and Zoom programs. And if you have any other questions or concerns, I'm here to help. Thank you so much and enjoy the program.
Welcome. I'm Barbara Simone, registered nurse. I recently retired from Westchester County's Health Department as a public health nurse. I am now here to try to assist you with any medical or preventive care issues. Enjoy this program, and I'm looking forward to working with you.
Little arm assisted neck stretch. So we're just gonna reach up on top of our head, gently pull over to the right to a part where you feel a nice gentle stretch, trying to keep our posture. We don't wanna slump over. That's not the idea of the stretch. Stretch is we're staying nice and high, and at our neck, we're just getting a nice gentle stretch in wherever it could go to, as we keep good, strong posture and we're breathing steadily. Good, release that. Let the right arm fall to the side. Bring the left hand up top. Pull gently over to the left. Good posture, good breathing, not slumping forward, not slumping to the side. Gentle stretch in the neck, and you'll feel it over the traps and the shoulders. Let the left arm fall gently to the side. We're going to go forward now. So two hands gently towards the back of our neck. Again, keeping good posture. I'm going to look up at you guys, but you stay stretched. Keeping good posture. We just want to gently push down. You'll feel this in the upper back a little bit, through the neck. Good, let both arms fall to the side, keeping our good posture. Now we're gonna push back slightly on the forehead. So we'll keep that good posture, let the neck dip back slightly, and just a little extra assistance from the hands. Pushing back gently, not to any pain or discomfort. Good, and let those arms fall to the side. Moving down the body, we're gonna bring our hands out in front and we're just gonna do some wrist circles. Okay, so still always remembering good posture. We're always scanning our body, aware of all parts of our body, but focusing on the particular movement. So we're just doing wrist circles, as much range of motion at whatever speed you could do. Go the opposite direction. Let's reverse direction once more. And reverse direction once more. Lots of little muscles through the wrist, all the tiny little joints and tendons. Lots to warm up here. The movement coming from the wrist. And then let those arms fall gently to the side. Always shaking things out in between, getting loose, feeling good, seeing how our body's feeling, seeing any points of tension, any points that are feeling good. noticing that and attending to that. Let's bring those hands out front once more, and we're just going to squeeze. So squeeze your fist, open up. Squeeze your fist, open up. Squeeze the fist, open up. Let's just hit those for about 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 10. Good, that's getting the shoulders warmed up as we hold them out, getting all the elbow, the wrist, the forearm all nice and happy. Continuing to work on our shoulders and back now a bit more. We're going to do what I call givers and waves. So we're just going to give a gift out to the world. Let's just start with that. Giving good, positive energy. Giving joy and peace and happiness and smiles out to the world. Good posture, everybody. Big smiles, deep breathing as we do this. And then we're going to go to wave. So let's wave goodbye to all the bad energy. All the anger, the envy, the jealousy, the judgment. We're waving goodbye to that. Excellent. Good. Let those arms fall to the side. Moving towards the front of our chair. We're going to move down and get our hamstrings a little warmed up. My favorite stretch. I'm going to kick back slightly. My favorite stretch. Let's get our right leg out. The toe is going to be pointing up to the sky. My heel is on the floor. I'm going to lean over gently at my hips, but my back is still in a good posture. My chest is out. I'm able to look up at you, but I'm feeling that nice stretch through the hamstring down through the calves. The more you point your toe up, the more you're going to feel that stretch. The more you bend over with good posture, the more you'll feel that stretch. But we want to do these things in ways that don't feel uncomfortable. Good. Bring that right leg in. Let's kick the left leg out. Heels on the floor, toes trying to point up to the sky. Bending over at the waist, good posture still, good breathing. We're just easing into the movements here, wherever you could get to. Let's switch back to that right leg. My favorite way to sort of add a little something to this stretch. Let's reach up if you're ready with the left arm. Right toes pointing up to the sky. Now left arms pointing up to the sky. Feeling my chest open up. Still keeping good posture. Still good stretch through the hamstring and calf. Holding everything together while still being able to breathe, smile. Let that left arm fall out to the side. Bring the right leg in. Let's kick the left leg out through the hamstring, through the calf, little stretch. We'll reach up with our right arm overhead. Look up, be able to see your palm, hopefully. And let that right arm dip off to the side here. I'm going to add a little bit of a standing move here as part of our warm-up. So if you're able to get up out of your chair for just a moment, you can just stand right in front of your chair. We're just going to open up our hips a little bit. So legs sort of close together, maybe about shoulder width apart, hands down on your legs here. And we're just going to open up our hips and swing our hips around. So just tracing a nice, gentle circle with our hips. Again, whatever the range of motion you could get to is. Tracing a circle with our hips. Kick out to the side, around back, bring it to the front. And as you go and this gets warm, then you can increase the range of motion a little bit. Let's go the other way. Few more turns on this, guys. Good. And that's where we'll pause and we'll return back to our chair. Just want to incorporate a specific hip warm up that I've been finding useful with that. That's opened up my hips a lot. So I wanted to share that with you. But with that, we should hopefully be feeling warm enough to get into our first set of seated exercises. As always, we're using the Tabata method, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. That 2-to-1 ratio seems to be the magic ratio. You could use this paradigm all throughout any of your own workouts. We got 5 movements to start off with. We're going to start off with flutter kicks. So we're going to lean back in our chair, kick our legs out. I'll show you these movements from the side as we get into them and give you some more of an explanation as we're figuring them out. The second exercise is going to be a horizontal row. This is a great exercise if you wanted to grab some water bottles, equally sized cans, bags of rice. If not, we're just going to bend over and we're going to row our arms back. This will work whether you have the weight or not. Good squeeze in the back muscles, gentle bend at the waist while still keeping.
Julia's birthday is not this weekend, next weekend. The weekend you have to babysit is her actual birthday.
Sorry, we got a mic on.
First, I thought it was the 24th.
I apologize.
I think her birthday's on a Tuesday, yeah.
Oh, it's the 21st. Okay, then it's not that. All right, I got the one.
Sorry, somebody has a mic on.
Her birthday. What day is she going to celebrate her birthday?
The following week the weekend of the Sunday. I didn't get the date.
Not the weekend she's going away, the following weekend.
Yeah,
It's October 2nd.
yeah, I think that's when she's having the party.
Okay, so I'll be back. That's what I was trying to figure.
Sorry, Z or Sally, are you there? We seem to be good. I do apologize for that. Not sure where that was coming from, but
That's my bad. That's my
Oh.
bad. I didn't mute everybody. So let's go on to our regularly scheduled. Can we start the set over again?
Oh yeah. No, we weren't able. I was just explaining the movements. We're good to go.
Yeah, well,
So we got-
yeah. Okay, thanks.
All good. So we got flutter kicks will be our first. Horizontal row will be our second move. Again, I'll talk through all these. Calf raises. We're going to push up onto our toes using our body as resistance. That'll be the third movement. Fourth movement will be alternating overhead press. Again, good movement for the water bottle. Good movements if you don't have the water bottle. Either way, that's going to work for us. The fifth movement is going to be an active stretch. If you're feeling comfortable with it, we'll turn it into more of a movement. We're going to work that lunge position using our chair. We'll stretch this way for 20 seconds. We'll come to the other side. We'll stretch this way for 20 seconds and get used to a lunge movement in that way. And that'll be our fifth exercise. So we got 5 exercises. We'll jump into those. 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. I'll give you your timing. First up is going to be flutter kicks. So good posture in my chair, and I'm kicking my legs out, fluttering them out right off the ground. Let's jump into that. In 3, 2, 1. Keeping that core tight, using the chair for support if you need it. My knees are lined up, legs are kicking out. About 20 seconds through. Working hard on this, guys. This definitely gets my heart rate going. Let's work for 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Now we get 20 seconds of rest. Good time to grab a little hand weight if you got it. Again, no worries if not. We're going to do horizontal rows. So we're going to bend over slightly at our waist. Arms are going to row up to our side. Good squeeze in the back muscles. I'll turn to the side again so you could get that angle. Let's jump into that together in 3, 2, 1. Slight bend over in the chair, rowing up to my back. Good squeeze. Again, we do have good posture while we're bending. We're able to breathe and to smile through this movement. We're getting a good squeeze in the upper back. We'll pause in 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Third movement, coming back to the front for me. You guys could obviously always stay wherever you are. Third movement is going to be calf raises. We're going to use our arms to sort of resist our legs, but we're going to push all the way up onto our toes. Try to get all the way up to the tippy toes and get a good squeeze in the calf. Sitting towards the front of our chair to facilitate this. Let's jump into that in 3, 2, 1. Resisting just enough to make our calves work. Pushing up onto our toes. I've said this before, but your calves are often referred to as a second heart, as the heart wants to push all that blood back up from the bottom of your body. All those calf and ankle muscles that we're working right now help to do that. Let's work hard on this for 3, 2, 1. Excellent, guys. Those are calf raises. Next up, good exercise for a pair of water bottles. We're going to do alternating overhead press, sitting towards the front of our chair, good posture, arms, and if you got some little weights coming up to the side, and we're going to punch up overhead, alternating. Let's start into that in 3, 2, 1. Trying to punch over the top of your head. Good posture throughout, good smiles, sitting upright, aware of our whole body. Working hard for a few more. We'll finish in 3, 2, 1. Excellent, guys. One more exercise. We're going to work this lunge position. Lunge position is key. Can be difficult to get into sometimes, so we're going to treat this as a stretch. We're going to shift over to the side of our chair. My left leg is using the chair as support, sitting towards the front of it, and my right leg is in this good lunge position. We're going to reach up overhead with our right arm. We're just going to hang out there for 20 seconds, and we'll switch over to the other side, just treating it as a stretch for this first round. So let's do our first 20 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Feeling a stretch, hopefully through the hip flexors, keeping a good upright posture, stretching through the whole front of the body here. Just holding that good position, an isometric hold here. Let's let that right arm dip to the side, shifting across our chair, dropping that left knee down, finding a good position. My right leg is using my chair for support. The left leg is dipping over to the side for lunge. Let's lift up my left arm, and we'll hold this for 20 seconds. Keep trying to readjust your posture, find the best, most upright position you can. Being able to breathe steadily and deeply. Good, let that left arm fall to the side, and we'll pause there. That was our first round of seated exercises. Good time to take a little bit more of a deep breath. Grab a drink of water if you're feeling thirsty. If you've already started sweating, as I have, that's a great sign. That is also a good sign to grab a drink of water. So the second round, we're going to do the same exercises, but add a little bit more intensity to it as you can. Increase the speed slightly. Emphasize more of the squeeze. So a lot of this is about your mind, squeezing and activating those muscles. That's how you can increase the intensity on this second set, is bringing your mind a little bit more deeply into it now that you really know these movements. So we'll jump into our same set of exercises. We're starting off with flutter kicks, using the chair as support, leaning back, good engaged core, flutter kicking our legs out. Let's jump into that in 3, 2, 1. Excellent work, guys, out there. This really challenges the core. This is really a work set here. Getting the breathing going. We're going to push hard on this, guys, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent, guys. First set there. Next up is going to be our horizontal row. I'm going to grab some weights. You don't need to if you don't have them. Remembering we're using that mind muscle connection to really squeeze those back muscles. So let's get a good posture. Legs are in sort of tight. We're sitting towards the front of our chair. My back is up and flat, bending over slightly at the waist. And then we're going to row our arms up. Let's do that together in 3, 2, 1. Really squeezing at the top here, guys. Imagine those back muscles pulling up a big weight. Pause in 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Third movement, calf raises, guys. Really pushing up onto our toes, using our arms to push down and resist, using our body as resistant, classic muscle building technique. And let's jump into that in 3, 2, 1. Pushing up onto those toes like a good sort of ballet dancer or something. Full range of motion through the calves, good squeeze. Let's work hard on this for 3, 2, 1. Excellent, guys. Next up is going to be alternating overhead press, punching up overhead, trying to come up over just about the top of our head. Let's bring those weights up to the side, remembering good posture, mindful of our whole body as we're doing this movement together. So let's jump in 3, 2, 1. Everybody working hard out there, breathing deeply as we go. Big smiles, good body position all over. We got about 5 more seconds here. Let's work hard for 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Good work on that, guys. Lunge position. If this is a comfortable movement for you, it's a little bit of a strange one. you could do multiple reps on this. You could keep going back and forth from side to side with the lunge if you're liking this. If this is still feeling a little weird, a little new, a little strange, let's just sit in the stretch together for 20 seconds each side. That's what I'll do. But again, if you really like this, if this feels good, treat it as more like reps. You could go back and forth between each side, settle into the stretch, and then switch it up. But together, let's do 20 seconds each side. If you're with me, coming over to the right side this time. So I drop my left leg down into a good lunge. My right leg is on the chair being supported. I'm going to lift my left arm up overhead, and let's hang out here for 30 seconds or 20 seconds. Keep reminding yourself of good posture. Feel all those different core muscles, the back muscles. Feel the stretch through the hip flexor. Few more seconds stretching this, guys. 3, 2, 1. Shifting back towards the front of our chair. Now we're going to turn to the side. Drop that right knee down. Feeling a stretch through this hip flexor. That's this muscle on the front side of your hip right here. Reaching our arm up overhead. Let's hang out in this for 20 seconds. Deep into the stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the arm hang out. Coming back to center. Great first 2 sets, guys. Those are our seated exercises. Good time to take a breath. Always shaking things out. Deep breaths, big smiles. We know the keys. Grab a sip of water. And then we're going to move into our standing exercises. So I invite you to come up out of the chair. I'm going to adjust my camera slightly. Good. So with these chair exercises, guys, the chair is there for your support as you need it. Always have a hand on it. I'll give you suggestions on how it could be incorporated in the exercise. But as we're feeling confident, I'll also give you the options to move away from the chair. And that's hopefully part of the goal of this, is to give you a sense of stability and safety and comfort and strength and confidence. So we got 5 movements. We'll be moving this chair around a little bit. The first is going to be a kick-based movement. So we're going to try to kick over the chair. Okay, if that seems a little bit difficult, we could always just do marches. Pretty similar movement. But if you can work this kick over the chair with me, that'll be our first movement. Carrying that sort of warrior feel forward, we're going to do punches. Okay, that'll be our second movement. Third movement will be calf raises on our chair. So I'm going to move to the back side of my chair. You can just move it around, flip it around, whatever you like. And using the chair as a little bit of a support, we're going to get into a crouched position. And then I'm going to do my calf raises from here. Just adds a little bit more of a stretch. If you don't like to be leaning on that chair, if that doesn't feel comfortable with you, you could just come right up close to the chair and do calf raises from there. But similar to the first exercise, calf raises, great for heart health. That's why we're doing those. The fourth exercise will be out of Qigong, similar to the alternating overhead press, but we're going to bring the opposite arm all the way down, and we're going to do the movement from here. Okay, that'll be the fourth movement. I'll describe that a little bit more. Fifth movement will be over 2 sets, 40 seconds of balance with our right leg up. And on the second set, 40 seconds of balance with our left leg up in the air, using the chair as support, which I'll tell you how to do as we go. Okay, so first up, 40 seconds of kicks over the chair. Okay, so let's get into that in 3, 2, 1. Get a steady rhythm going with it. Opposite arm comes up with the leg, opposite leg kicking over. Let's work for 5 more on this. 3, 2, 1. Excellent, guys. Similar warrior move. We're going to throw punches. So we're getting our arms up nice and high and just punching out in front of us for 40 seconds. Let's jump into that in 3, 2, 1. Go at your own pace on this. If you feel like speeding it up, if you're feeling strong, that's fine. If you're still moving a little bit more slowly this morning, that's fine as well. Just slow them down and make them feel good. This should be helping our shoulders, our back, our arms, our forearms, our elbows feel nice and happy. Let's push for 3, 2, 1. Excellent, guys. That is our second exercise. Third will be our calf raises. So I'm going to move to the back of my chair. I'm going to use this chair as support. If you're most comfortable just doing calf raises from here, that's a good version. But if you're ready for something a little bit more difficult, we're going to get into this nice crouch position and do our calf raises from there all the way up onto our toes. Let's do that in 3, 2, 1. Coming up, pushing up nice and high. Good squeeze. No need to rush through these. Good squeeze of the calf muscles. Let's work for 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Move my chair aside a little bit. The fourth movement is out of Qigong. It's called pushing away or separating heaven and earth. Shoulder width apart, slightly crouched stance. We're going to push up in the air. Let me push this camera up. We're going to push up in the air one way and up in the air the other way. Okay, so let's do that together. We're not trying to fully extend the joints, almost bring them fully extended. Pull from the spine, the neck, lengthen all of that out is the idea. Let's do that together in 3, 2, 1. So pushing up one direction, pushing opposite. Not fully extending the joints, almost fully extended. Pulling and stretching the spine and the neck and the whole core. Taking it nice and slow, feeling the full range of motion on this. We'll pause in 3, 2, 1. Excellent, guys. Let's do our first set of balance. So I'm going to have the chair next to me for support, but we're working this right leg. Balance is hugely important. I'm going to try to lift my right leg up in the air, getting to good, what I call 90 degree angles. So 90 degrees on my foot and ankle, 90 at the knee, 90 degrees at the hip. That's what we're aiming for. But wherever you could get that right leg off the ground, using the support if you need it, challenge yourself as best you can, but always use the support you have. So let's try to get that right leg up for 40 seconds of balance. Right leg up in the air. I'll turn to the side so you can see this. Holding together for 40 seconds. Trying to hold good posture throughout, be able to breathe steadily. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent, guys. I'm just looking at the clock, so we're going to skip the second standing set so we could definitely get to our meditation. We'll do the second set of balance to keep things even here on our left leg, and then we'll move into our meditation. You can certainly do those exercises we were going to do for a second set later on today, after class, any other day this week. But let's work the left leg balance, lifting that left leg up in the air, 90-degree angles all around, using the chair as you need it. We're going to be holding for 40 seconds together. Trying to breathe steadily, good posture. Let's hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put that leg down, and why don't you guys return to your chairs, and I'll get us set up for our meditation. Okay, if you've been around with me before, then you know one of my favorite forms of meditation is something like a mantra meditation, the repetition of a sacred word or phrase. And this is key to so many of the beautiful religious traditions around the world. There are examples in each. There are examples that have meant me and my own, a lot to me in my own spiritual development. But I find it's also something we can do with poetry or song lyrics, or anything that is a text, a paragraph, a note that strikes us in some way. We can sit with it and we could listen. I find it's very important to listen to the poem or text read aloud, or you can read it aloud to yourself. And what we do in a mantra meditation is listen for the word or phrase that strikes us, or that is given to us. If we have a teacher, sometimes that might happen. Or if it's just being read, what is the word or phrase that strikes your heart, your mind, your spirit, however you conceive of that? There's no right or wrong answer. We're not trying to figure the poem out or get the right meaning of the poem. We're just trying to experience the poem and see how it strikes us. And when it does strike us, then what we do is we chew on that word or that phrase. And how we'll do that is I'm going to read the poem once for context. I'll read the poem a second time. And on the second time, I'd invite you to listen to a word or a phrase that strikes your heart in some way. Whatever it is, there's no right or wrong answer. And then I'll give you about 8 or 10 minutes of silence to gently repeat that word or phrase to yourself. Not trying to come to any conclusions, not trying to figure anything out. Just sit with it and chew on it. And then over time, something of why did this strike me will reveal itself to you. But we want to let that process happen naturally. This is not just our brain figuring something out. So we have a beautiful poem today from, I think, the great American poet of mindfulness, Mary Oliver. And this is When I Am Among the Trees. And so I've copied the text into the chat for you. I also put a link there so you could go pull up a website if you like, look at this later. But again, I'll read the poem once for content. Then on the second listen, I'd invite you to listen for a word or phrase that strikes you. No right or wrong answer. Try to keep it sort of focused and short, a few words at most, I find is good, but whatever works for you. Then I'd invite you, along with your breathing in a rhythmic manner, to just gently repeat that word or phrase to yourself for the duration of the silence. And then I'll read the poem once more as our closing. And so this is Mary Oliver's When I Am Among the Trees. So first, let's just start by taking a deep breath in through our nose, finding a comfortable position. Whatever is a good meditative posture for you. And be present to this poem by Mary Oliver. When I am among the trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, equally the beech, the oaks, and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness. I would almost say that they save me, and daily. I am so distant from the hope of myself, in which I have goodness and discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me, the trees stir in their leaves and call out, "Stay a while." The light flows from their branches, and they call again. "It's simple," they say, "and you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light, and to shine." And now I'll read the poem a second time, and I would invite you to listen for a word or phrase that strikes you, that calls out to you. When I am among the trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, equally the beech, the oaks, and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness. I would almost say that they save me, and daily. I am so distant from the hope of myself, in which I have goodness and discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me, the trees stir in their leaves and call out, "Stay a while." The light flows from their branches, and they call again. "It's simple," they say, "and you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light, and to shine." Now I'd invite you to take whatever word or phrase struck you, and for the next 8 minutes or so, gently repeat that word or phrase to yourself along with your breathing. And if a thought or a worry or a fear distracts you, simply return to that word or phrase like an anchor or like a rock in a storm. Whenever you're ready, I invite you to begin to return to full awareness. Wherever you are, become aware of the space you're in. You could shake your arms out a little bit. Do a little gentle stretching if you want. And in conclusion for our meditation, I will read the poem once more. When I am among the trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, equally the beech, the oaks, and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness. I would almost say that they save me, and daily. I am so distant from the hope of myself, in which I have goodness and discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me, the trees stir in their leaves and call out, "Stay a while." The light flows from their branches, and they call again. It's simple, they say, and you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light, and to shine. And so the idea of a mantra meditation is to take a text, to read it aloud or have it read to you, and to let yourself be affected, to be moved in whatever way that happens. And then to try to sit with that movement or that affect, chew on it, see what emerges out of it. And so for me, I was drawn to the line today, "It's simple," they say. And at first I was sort of, I think, noticed myself being comforted by that. It is simple, I felt. But then at times I also found myself being less comforted, distracted, taken away from that, almost angry at the idea that it's simple, because sometimes it doesn't feel so simple. And those were the movements that were happening within me. And I don't have any conclusion from that. I don't have any final lesson or answer about what this poem means. But I know that my heart is somewhere moving between those two states. Oh, it can be simple, and why isn't it simple? And that's what a lot of days are like, I assume, recently for many people. And so that's what I sat with. That's what I tried to comfort my heart and soul with. That's what I got out of this experience. Whatever you experience is fine for you. I encourage you to try this another time on your own. Sit with it for longer periods of time. Draw on a spiritual tradition you might be comfortable with if that feels inviting to you. However this tool works for you, it works for me, and I hope it brings you something in your life. And I thank you for stopping by on our wonderful Wednesday, and I hope to see you in a few weeks.
Hi, everyone. This is Z from Yonkers Public Library. Thanks so much to Sally Pinto and Alexis and Barbara from Newark. Thank you to our community partners, WJCS, the City of Yonkers Office for the Aging, Westchester County Legislator Ruth Walter, Friends of Crestwood Library, and Yonkers Public Library for making this phenomenal partnership. And we thank each and every one of you for being part of our wellness community. Be well, stay well.